You're listening to WeP3 Radio on the Foxhole Radio Network. Currently, Taylor Jerry, I'm Going Anyway.
My old man wasn't happy when I raised my hand and swore to protect and serve this country when the devil was at her door. But Mama was
Left your left, hey. Left right, your left. You got it.
Truck it on.
Doctors, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
Looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 Team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left your left, hey. Left right, your left. You got it.
Truck it on.
You got it. I don't know. Okay, all the noise. I don't know if I'm lagging or if here we are anyway, right? Boom, boom, boom. So good evening. This is Andrea Eichmann. I'm here with the People's Patriot Project. Here I am, Patriot Pride. Here with the People's Patriot Project tonight, as in every Sunday evening at 1800 Central Time, we are bringing you our We Got Your 6 at 6 / Patriot Playtime. And later to be podcast show. I don't know. Peterson's got himself under control. He must have had some beans for lunch, the way it sounds. Get a Tom's Beano. Anyway, every week we bring you a guest, maybe another podcaster, another nonprofit, an individual with a story to share about their service world. And then we try to bring in music from one of the many, many, many. And then we saw some more. So there's many more individuals who have served who are now using music as their therapy, as sharing with others therapy. It's all awesome stuff. So we're here to bring you the good and sometimes not so good things that are happening in our world. This week, we have none other than Annette Whittenberger, and she's the editor-in-chief of Veteran Lifestyle magazine. And so we're going to hear all about her magazine tonight, and I think there's a lot more, actually. That's probably just a surface at the moment, but probably a big piece of the surface. Tonight, I think Jonathan is doing the music tonight. It's going to be choice by Jonathan. If you are coming up as Facebook user and you would like us to know who you are, please see the link that I believe is being posted right now. If you click on that and agree to a couple things, nothing except agreeing to allow your name to show up. And I will know that you are Jeremy Daniels. Hello, Derek Iozio, and thank you. I am doing very well. Kimmer, awesome to see you. Peterson's going to call you guys out again later. I am sure of it. But in the meantime, we do know why we get to do this, that we do. We, thanks to the service members and first responders that have committed their time, their sweat, their blood, tears, limbs, family, and life to give us the freedoms that we have that allow us to do what we do daily. With that being said, I would like you to stand if you can, cover your heart, remove your hat, and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. Here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pew, pew, pew. Where's the noise? Where's the noise? Let's go. On cue, on cue. We've been having a lot of discussions lately. There's a cue thing, and Peterson's in charge of all that, and we are going to try to figure out how to get that out of his hands at some point. But he hasn't necessarily been a part of that conversation, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, he's tuning me out.
Never give up.
Never give up. That's what we don't do. I'm trying to turn it off right now.
See, this is why. This is the why.
Right. Well, some people said that clip doesn't come out very loud, so it is what it is. Welcome to this Sunday. We got your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime, January 28th. What episode, Andrea?
This is 185.
185 on the roll. We took a 2-week break this year just because who would have known in planning all of this? Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve would all end up on a Sunday night, and we wanted to give everyone a chance. But hey, the reason why I bring it up is I want to do a quick shout out to Eric Mello. And you know what? I want to drop the name Mike Ellick in there as well with the Contagion Effect out of California. They had their 100th episode this last week. Congratulations, gentlemen. Great job. It was just awesome getting on screen and, again, being part of a collaboration that I do think is making a difference. There are people recognizing, there are people seeing and noticing. And just to kind of put it out there, we are called We the People, the People's Patriot Project. That's a long title. I didn't want that email address, and I didn't want that webpage for sure, because you don't have to type a dissertation to try and find us. But the idea is that we're trying to reach the people, all the people that benefit from the amazing task, act, mission of those who did a little bit something bigger than themselves. We need to reach out. We need to reach out to them, say, hey, Get your big fat heads off the pillows of freedom and realize they were bought and paid for, and that no one's kicking in your back door because there's people stopping that from happening. And then we need to reach out to our brothers and sisters who may, at a moment, be struggling with some stuff, just some stuff. And I mean, for some of them, it's bigger, and for some of them, it seems like it's huge at the moment. But I promise you, brothers and sisters, give me a moment. Give anyone on this panel a moment. Give the Contagion Effect a moment, and we will talk through that process and get us to where tomorrow needs you, man. Tomorrow needs all of us, and we'll get there. Hey, look at our amazing guest, and that's you. And I do feel kind of a little bad because I feel like we've really whittled down who she is when we make this comment editor-in-chief of Veteran Life magazine. It's a lie. It's all a lie, folks. She does way more than that. And we were having a little pre-show conversation about those that do just do. And she's a doer. Thanks for being a doer in that.
Thanks. Yeah.
We're gonna hear a lot more from you.
All right.
Jonathan,
Yes.
tell us what's in the news, brother.
We got stuff. Yeah, we got stuff in the news. Sorry, I'm stalling.
Are you going to take down your Christmas decorations anytime soon?
After February 13th.
Yep.
I think it's the
It's like
13th. It's Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Yeah.
I feel like with Mardi Gras, I should say something like, "Oh, I'm barely standing right now, but it's just a big party." But I'm good. Mardi Gras is great. It's fun. It's family friendly, depending on where you go, and we always have a great time. So bring your mom and them. We'll have fun.
Is that like a slogan? Bring your mom?
I did. Do you want it to be? We can make it one.
Some of us got to dig her up, so I just don't want to go too far down that hole.
Don't. Yeah. Well.
Well, maybe we'll change the slogan.
Okay.
Let's grow. Eric Mello himself.
Let's grow. I still got to make that voiceover. Gosh dang it. We'll just have to do this for now.
So in the news, the month of January is National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. During the month, emphasis is placed on creating awareness about human trafficking and the human rights violation that it is. We spread awareness throughout January about the global crisis so that people can contribute in any way to rescuing victims, catching and prosecuting perpetrators, and improving the lives of survivors. At least 4.8 million people are trafficked worldwide for sexual exploitation. 4.1 million people are trafficked for forced labor each year. Women and girls are victims 70% of the time. 1 million children are trafficked every year for sexual exploitation. Human trafficking earns a global profit of about $150 billion every year. January is also known as Self-Love Month. It's much too easy to get carried away by life's troubles and forget to appreciate yourself. So take some time to appreciate yourself and invest time in conscious, physical, spiritual, and psychological growth. It involves prioritizing your happiness and well-being. Your needs won't take care of themselves, so learn to pay attention to yourself and make sure you are taking care of your own needs. Self-Love Month is about building self-worth and getting what we deserve. February 1st is National Freedom Day. Let freedom ring is what I got in here. It's just kind of let freedom ring, man. This day was founded to celebrate the freedoms that we enjoy as U.S. citizens, freedoms that we should never take for granted. The holiday commemorates the day in 1865 when President Lincoln signed what would later become the 13th Amendment, which effectively ended slavery in the United States. Freedom is one of the founding principles of the United States of America, and this day was envisioned as a way for all citizens to take a moment to appreciate how lucky they are. We should all be thankful for the many freedoms that we are afforded as citizens of this great country. A question that I wanted to ask, though, is out of all the freedoms that we have, which one of those would you say you appreciated the most? And I'll get back to that with my answer when the news is finished. February 1st is also Texas Day. Texas is the 28th state to join the United States. Texas, also called the Lone Star State, is home of agricultural activities. It is a state with the most counties, the second largest state in the country by area, and it's home to two of the most populated cities in the U.S. Texas is also the origin to some of my favorite things: Dr. Pepper, hamburgers, rodeo, and live music, as Austin is the live music capital of the world. And I'd also think that I'd be missing a beat here if I didn't mention Whataburger. But all extremely important things to the advancement of society. And that is all for the news.
Well, I'd like to also mention Annette Whittenberger as well. I mean,
if she'd have brought Whataburger, I would have thrown her in there.
I do have to make some comments on the news. And I said it last week. And, I know we're always trying to be first at stuff. But I'm telling you right now, and again, if you're listening to the show, if you're part of the panel, I don't think we need to carry this individually and personally, but America, you need to be embarrassed that we are allowing this trafficking and allowing our children to be exploited in the manner that they are being exploited. It is embarrassing. It hurts my heart. It hurts my soul. And it's not something I sit quietly and I don't. And boy, yeah, I have to be careful when I talk about this stuff. And yeah, I'll be careful. But as far as self-love, I think I do a good job on that one. I do practice self-love regularly and as much as possible. And I appreciate those moments in my life. So enjoy as well. That's
Mark.
The off
color. Which of your freedoms would you say you appreciate the most, Mark?
That's such a terrible question to ask, Jonathan. I mean, because the reality is it goes straight to our profession of we know why we get to do this. My freedoms are that I appreciate the fact that I get to be. I mean, we don't get the chance to do that in other parts of the world. I mean, if you haven't had the chance to be over in the former Soviet or down in, what people call a third class country, we are selfish little babies in this country. And I appreciate everything I get to do, man. I get to wake up in the space I want to wake up in. I get to say the words I want to say when I want to say them. I'm also smart enough to go get the education I needed to have so that I know what words are the right words to say and know that there are some words I shouldn't say. That's what freedom is. That's a part, again, now we're going to go, thanks, Jonathan, for that one. You know what freedom is? Freedom is having the ability of knowing when and where not to say some stuff. That's also freedom. Not pushing the buttons of others. That's a freedom there. Yeah, you can jump right in the middle of people all day long. Is it needed? Does it help? And does it make something happen? Who's talking? I know someone's talking nonsense. Yeah, thanks. Exactly. Sorry. The guy that gets to be loud. Annette, what's yours? Tell us what's your freedom you appreciate the most. Tell us.
I appreciate your passion for what you were talking about, because I feel like the freedom to use our voice is powerful. There's so many other countries where they're not allowed to do that. So we're able to have podcasts, we're able to be on the radio, we're able to do all these things. And I think we take that for granted, or we abuse it. So it's all about how you use it. There's always a time and a place, whatever. But yeah, using our voice is God, we have it. Let's use it.
We got such amazing listening group of people, and we love everyone's. Even when I don't agree with you, I love the fact that you get to say it. I really do. We can have the conversation and say, we told Annette we wouldn't talk about political things on the show.
Here we go.
But again, okay, a lot of us get upset when we see our sports people taking a knee. You know what?
Yeah.
My position on that is what I did gave them the opportunity to do that. They get to celebrate that moment, that opportunity. They get to say they're frustrated. They get to say that I don't like the burning of the flag. I don't like the spitting on of our police officers. I don't like those pieces. And I think something should freaking be done. Sorry, look, I screwed myself there. I didn't have to do the beep. There we go. Get that beeping. I don't like those things, and I don't know how I'd react. I don't know if it was in my face, how I would react. I don't think I'm going to beat anyone up. I don't. It's not worth that for me to lose my opportunities, because I need to know what freedoms I have at this point. I get to come here and I get to have this, and if I'm out there beating up people that are doing stupid stuff, then do we get a chance to put the word out? That's the point, and we can't lose.
I think it goes with something that I always like to. I wish I could explain it better or break it down in some way that made it easier to swallow. But for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, and you got to understand that although you have the freedom to make choices, that you also have the freedom to live with the choices you make. And I think that's what some people don't understand. Like freedom is the freedom for everything. You're free to make any decision you want, more or less, but you're not free from consequences.
I think that's the piece that I struggle with, because our system has found a way to alleviate those pieces where you don't get to pay for the ills that you've created. And, we can get into the conversation. Is it always viewed right through the same lenses? Or, is everyone using the same lens to look at things? And there's some realities in there, and I totally get it. But, there's some things, everyone knows me and Andrea are in Minnesota. There's some things that haven't gone right here in the last few years. And it is what I can. Mm-hmm. If you say it is what it is, it's just an excuse to move on to the next thing. And I think at some point we got to have the real conversation. This just isn't the place to do it. Sorry.
It's okay.
You got more stuff,
Andrea?
You throw that at me. I was going to agree with Steve.
The mic to you, yeah.
Yeah. No, Steve puts it really well, to allow someone to disagree with you without going to the extreme. Because I don't know that I don't really pick one side or the other on Peterson's, choice to agree or not agree with what should be done. I just have my own feelings on that one, right? Yeah, that's it. I'm going to do that. I like really the freedom to be here and not just say what I want to say, but do the things that need to be done to support others. And I don't know. If you travel around the world, you realize there's so much that we get to do that the other countries don't, that we don't realize. Our country will never, you guys all know this, but a lot of our country will never realize how nice they've got it. I hope.
Reading through some things today with the time that I had to get notes and stuff taken. One of the things that struck me, that stood out to me, was the freedom to choose who I want to marry.
Yeah.
How many, it's simple, it's basic, right? That would never cross my mind that I don't get to pick the woman that I love. I don't get to pick somebody. I'm just told. You know what I mean? Some
Yep.
people that they don't get to make the most basic decisions in life that we all take for granted. And I think there's a lot that we have to be grateful for, and a lot of freedoms that even those of us who claim that we understand the freedom don't understand the amount of freedoms that we actually, you know what I mean? I don't think we can physically grasp what we have here.
Who knew we get so fired up right off the bat?
I know, right? Dang it.
All right, that was it. I'm off. I'm jumping off my bucket.
It was good news. It was all the good news. It was all the good, scariest part of the situation. Yeah, there's that. There's that too.
It appears to be intentional, sadly and unfortunately. Self-destruction. Good words. Good words.
Wait a minute. Can I ask a quick question?
No.
Please, may I? Excuse me. May I?
This is Annette's time, so you have to ask Annette. This is Annette's time, so they ask her.
No, this is honestly a platform that we use kind of thing. Because did you guys see, and hello to Brian Ruff. I don't know if anyone said hello to Brian Ruff. I saw him in there. But I'm looking in our comment section over here. His crayons were green, so I thought he was like giving us some kudos for our green. Yeah. But I'm over here on the Facebook version, and they're red.
Yeah, his crayons are always red. I think it's his favorite flavor or color, whatever you want to call it.
Right. So here we are. I thought, yeah, okay. Well, they look green on ours. I guess we're just a little biased over here. Sorry,
I'm
Brian.
assuming that this is Jeremy Daniels, but he likes the freedom to eat tacos.
Yeah, he likes it.
I don't know if there's ever been an argument that they're not food. I mean, it's probably one of the number one highly consumed food items in my household. It's the truth. And if it's not tacos, it's nachos.
Oh, I could eat that right now. Yep.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She just disappears off the screen.
You can make anything into nachos. That's the best part. It just the chip is the vehicle. Throw some cheese on there. Spice it up. It's all good. And let's get serious. Let's talk about you.
Let's get into it. Annette. She's here for us.
Now that I'm thinking about nachos and brisket, and yeah.
Is that the nacho of choice? Would be a brisket nacho?
I've had it here, and it's just so good. Like just like you said, you could put anything on a baked potato. You could put anything on a nacho, sausage, brisket, cheese, salsa. Yeah. Like, oh, now I'm hungry. Thanks. Yep.
Yeah, you're welcome. We do that.
Yeah.
All of the above.
You know, it's just going to make the post show that much more exciting. Because you're all supposed to stop eating by 7:00, so your body can. And so I go and make sure I eat a plate of nachos after the show, and you're going. All right, tell us why you're such a liar. Tell us that you just these little tiny things that you, and they're not tiny. I'm totally joking. Why do you do so much? Tell us what you do and why you do it.
I do. Oh God, yeah. I'm like, I do a lot of things. And I just want you to keep in mind when I start listing, there's a method to my madness. Mental health is my passion. And I have gone into this time warp of creating spaces for us to be able to use our voice. So I have a podcast. I wrote a book. I'm an independent music artist, songwriter. I'm editor-in-chief of a magazine. I'm a speaker. I'm a mentor. I'm an advocate. I'm all these things because, like we were discussing before, I want to reach as many people as possible on all the platforms as possible that align with my mission. I won't just go on anything, but it is. I'm very passionate about using your voice. I spent so much time in the military, scared to use my voice, and then I went into the suppression, and then I was like, no, I never had a space to be able to talk about the things. So I had to create it. And then over time, I have a community, and people who understand or people who will hear you. I just, we don't have something, create it. And that's what I did.
I love it. Tell me the kind of the chronological process. When did the light go off and said something needs to be done?
When I retired in 2016.
Okay.
And I was on the floor and about to I just couldn't do it anymore. And my friend had to remind me that you're a mom, we're successful, you do all these things. And I was like, I'm a mom. What am I going to do? What am I doing? And then I just had to start talking about it because all they saw was this completely destructive person. And I couldn't do that anymore to them. So that's when it was time for me to say, okay, what do I want my kids to see?
That's amazing. And thank you so much for bringing that piece. And one of the things we like to bring out on our show is we want to also recognize those family members that are part of the mission. Regardless, they didn't ask to be part of it. They didn't necessarily know they wanted to be part of it. Some of them probably hate that they are part of it. And then, you're sharing, you're having a very transparent moment, sharing how you were exposing them to a destructive behavior and a destructive life and a visual, and not probably more than just a visual, but like an environment.
Yep.
But this is who you are. And the amazing pieces we have people that have attached to all of our veterans, and we host to first responders as well, who are in the backstage and have been there, and there are supports. Was there a time where they were reaching out to support, or was it just going too fast for them to support? Do you have a view on that?
I'm sorry, for which part?
For your children and family seeing what was happening.
I think over time there were instances where they tried to reach out, but because I was already in that mentality of I could fix this, I don't need anybody's help. It was like it was almost too late. I had to wake up and realize that I am not doing good. I'm acting way out of character. I'm a bad mom. My kids think I'm an alcoholic. My daughter thought I was bipolar. Like all these things that she told me hit me so hard that I realized, holy crap. Here I thought they didn't know because I thought I was hiding it well, but I wasn't. They were there watching, but I know my family tried. I just didn't see it until it was much later.
And you're here now.
I am, by the grace of God, for real. Yes.
Well, and it's nice that you know a place to put that as well. At some point, you have to realize that there was a piece where it was your strength as well.
Yes.
Grace of God. But you had to make a decision at some point.
You're right. Very true.
And thank you for those. Do you have a Survivor Day? Or is you celebrate a day that you survived?
My Survivor Day is the day of my car accident. That's what my daughter and I have. That's the day, August 18th, 2018, when we were in a car accident that we probably should not have survived. That's our day. Every year we remember that car accident could have taken our lives, but we're here.
And that was your whole family?
Just my daughter and I on the way to college. Mm-hmm.
Sure. Is that the day that your eyes were opened up to, I need to do something different or better?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. That was it. Yeah.
I'm excited to hear more. I'm excited to learn more about you. We had a little pre-show conversation about, why do we throw so much stuff on our plates? And we need to know the job's getting done. Yeah. And at least heading in the right direction. We sit over here on our team and we constantly have the conversations. It'd be easier if we work together, everybody. I'm going to say that right now. But I also know that we have some personalities and some there's attitudes and there's visions. And again, there's people that want to. So, well, you should do it this way. Okay, well, come along, or you should do this, and they just throw it out there, and then they expect us to get it done. It's like we have a staunch rule in our system that's you can't bring something to the table and not be part of it. If we brush that right off the table right away if it's not there. So if you're not there to help carry this mission forward. But I want to figure out, and we'll do this post-show today, figure out how we can work closer with you and your mission and make sure people are getting and know that the word is out there, because that's the gigantic piece. We didn't shut the door, but a while ago we had to say, it's kind of sad that we still are having the conversation about recognizing that there's a problem when all of us know that there's a problem. I mean, get your boots on the ground, move forward, and let's start working together. That's what it is. Brian Gibson with Project Die Hard stepping in. I've seen Geraldine Arnold in here today. Thank you for being here, guys. Excuse me. I got a little gassy there. Burpee. Sorry. It came out. I didn't. Steve, I don't know that we've seen you here before, brother. Thank you for coming and checking us out. We are rocking and rolling in the comments, and thank you for everyone that's been here. And Mr. Daniels, again, we should just give you the title, Mr. Romans, Brian Romans. Good to see you, brother. Let's grow. Let's get some stuff done. Jonathan.
Yes.
I was going to say at the beginning, there's one song I want played today because I had a lot of comments on it this weekend or this last week. But do you have something that you wanted to roll with right now?
I do. I feel it might be just based off the conversation. I think this song is super fitting in the spot where right now. I'll just say that. Anyways, it's Lake and Lundell, Still Here.
Nice choice.
Great.
I can't say for certain that there's any gold left in these hills. Perseverance pays us all, they say, and I just pray that it will. Each night the wolves howl, I scream back so they think I feel no fear. While I try to fall asleep, they just laugh and wonder why I'm still here. But I'm still here. I'm still here. I watch the flicker in the flame. I stay the same Planted all my pennies, call it gambling, 'cause there's no guarantee that I'll see any return, or did I bury all I have with this dream? Doubters call me crazy, saying that it's just a matter of time, waiting for the day I pack my bags so they can say that they were right. They were right.
That is Lake and Lindell, and I'm still here.
I like that. I've missed her voice.
She was very good.
Yeah.
Good,
Shoot, I
good message.
thought I just heard thunder, you guys. It was really loud, but it kind of had the music up loud, so I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, stay away from that. Stay away from that. You never know.
It is sultry. That is perfect. Perfect.
I just added it to my playlist. I love that. That was a great song.
They're
Well,
very good. They're a good group.
You know, there's another place you can hear it. You can hear it at WeP3 Radio.
What?
Yep. Bow, 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 bow.
Imagine that. You can.
Yep. Where you hear today's shock and awe hits from our heroes. It's 100% veteran and first responder musicians, and I do think there's a couple we got to get off there. We might have Uncle Lucius on there, which slipped through the cracks when we were putting up stuff on there, and that's all good. It's
That was just enough.
share the song, and maybe I should do it behind the scenes, but I'll do it unprofessionally in front scenes. I had a lot of comments on last weekend's guests or guesta, music guests. I mean, it is what it is, but I had a request that we play "Make Me Nothing" by Cody Strauss for tonight, and so if we can get that in there. Cody Strauss, an amazing young man at Fort Bragg who's got an amazing talent. And again, we would love to make sure that we're exploiting.
What's your language, kid? Jeez. You're exploiting the kids.
Annette, what is the big project you're working on? Is there a big project, or are there many big projects, or what would you like to tell us about right now that you're working on?
Well, the magazine, there's 5 of us on this team, 1 Marine, the other Army, and I am the editor-in-chief of Veteran Lifestyle Magazine. It's brand new.
That's why we got you.
Yeah, it's exciting. Our soft launch is 1 February, and I'm really stinking excited about it. It's just we're gonna have a bunch of stories and experiences, and we just want to engage our community to contribute as a writer or to share it or whatever. So I'm really excited about it.
We're excited for you.
Thanks.
There might have been some behind the scenes conversations about how we might be able to help, and some content, and hopefully we can find those pieces and make those work. Gary Hine, good to see you, brother. Was Ryan Hunt on here? He does show up occasionally, and so I see Brian calling him out. So maybe Ryan's here too.
Ryan, yes, he's one of the founders of the magazine.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he shows up every once in a while.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Awesome. Is there going to be a general format of your magazine? I know you said there's going to be stories. Is there highlighted features you're going to have? Tell me more about the magazine.
We're still working through all of that, through all the formats. We will have ad space. We will have sponsorship space. We are working that layout out. So bear with us. Like I said, we're new, trying to figure it out. But we do appreciate the numerous comments, the amount of support, people wanting to be a part of it. So it's really cool. It really is. So we're still working it.
What was the brainchild? Because it's not that you don't have anything to do in life. I mean, you're definitely. What was like? Oh yeah, let's make a magazine.
Actually, Ryan approached me and asked me to be a part of it. So it was him and Justin Charpentier's idea, and they wanted to bring me on, and I was freaking honored and humbled and all of that. So you'd have to bring Ryan on to ask him where his ideas were. But yeah, I'm just glad to be part of it, honestly.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Awesome. Is there any like maybe you can drop some hints about what we'd see in the first?
Ooh, let's see. I think the biggest thing is that we are making it happen. So
Sure.
there's no hints, there's no little things like that. It's just that we're making it happen in the time span that we had, and it's just something that an idea was formed, and now it's coming to reality, and I think that's huge. So yeah, that's it right now, and yeah, so you'll see.
Well, I'm excited to see it. So tonight we're just going to bring out a brand new feature that features Andrea and her great thoughts and comments. And so, what do you think, Andrea? Oh, where'd she go?
That's what she thinks.
She's gonna be mad because I'm calling her out, but it is what it is. I was trying to be funny. I was just trying to be funny, Andrea. What do you think?
I was thinking to say she's going to be listening to this to edit it for the podcast.
Oh, she's sneaking off to eat a brownie or something.
I had a slight emergency. I light candles a lot, but I'm really trying to use them up because I need some new ones. I guess one had just been lit too long today because you've seen my dog jump off the couch. It went kapoof. And my dog jumped off the couch, and yeah. Anyway, we're good. We're good. Not much wax left. So.
And there was a brownie on the way in between, or what?
Dude, it's an Oreo thin.
Oh, okay. I thought you were eating better. I mean, I thought you were eating candles. So.
Candle wax.
I mean, they smell good. I don't know what it tastes like.
Sorry, it scared me as well. I apologize. I did really kind of blow out of here.
No, it's all good. And I wasn't trying to embarrass you.
No, because it doesn't matter. I didn't hear it directly. I was hearing about Brian. I was listening to Annette. I wasn't paying attention for a second as I was picking up hot glass, and I heard my name.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I didn't know what was that.
Dude, the candle exploded. It's all over the place.
Wow.
Don't just run away. Don't just run away from here. But yeah, it comes.
If you need to go, Eichmann, you can go. I mean,
I already got it.
Tonight's feature is how to burn candles safely at home.
Dude, I already redid my kitchen. I don't need a fire in here. That was years ago. I thought it could happen like that. Just wasn't getting done, and I thought maybe it'd be an inspiration. But we're over that. It's done. So.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Back to
all
the important stuff. Woof.
I'm trying to get the juicy out of Annette about this magazine and the stuff that she's doing with it, and she's putting up the walls and saying,
she's being tight-lipped, is she?
You gotta wait. I'm like, wow, wait.
Well, you know what? I'll read it to him, Annette. He struggles a little. I'll read it.
That's really what it was. I
Make sure you put some pictures in so he can follow.
There will be pictures. There will be.
Nice.
There we go.
Will there be a little coloring space that we can color?
Oh, that's a great idea. Where's Ryan? We need a coloring book.
Little color space. It just maybe we can turn our colors in and we could win prizes like they used to do back in the day with.
Oh dang, that's a great idea.
A service coloring contest.
It's got to come with crayons though, because the Marines are always running out.
I was making to say it would definitely not be a Marine that wins because they would be half colored and then.
Oh my god!
Where's the red crayon? Where is the red one?
Color their stuff with chalk, but they probably.
Oh, I wish Brian was still here.
Yeah.
Gosh,
he would definitely give me trouble for that.
What's the greatest lesson you learned in your experience as a service member? And we didn't really touch on your service at all, so I'd like to know more about your service as well.
Okay, so you want me to answer the first question?
Yeah.
My greatest experience.
Well,
Or what? Say that again. Sorry.
The biggest takeaway. So,
Biggest
yeah,
takeaway.
you're fine. No, what's your biggest takeaway from your service? And because it's got to be playing a piece. Maybe it's not playing a piece in your life today. And then that's a real conversation. I mean, I think a lot of times people come out of, oh, this is my service made me, and this is. I don't think that's the case all the time. I enjoyed my service, and the service that I did for the 14 years I was in was about me enjoying it, having a great time, doing what I thought was right. I don't think there was anything. There were relationships in my service that I enjoyed, but I don't think there's anything in my service that molded me into who I am today. I just don't.
I understand that. My biggest takeaway is that I could do hard things. I joined the Army without any plan at all. After community college, I went to Arizona State University. I did ROTC. In my mind, I was like, I'll try it out. It's whatever. I had no idea. I never had a plan in my life. I at the time when I was done with the ROTC training, they were like, okay, are you signing up or what? Basically. And I was like, all right, let's do it. My dad did not think that women should be in the military. And I'm not mad at him about that. That's just the way he grew up. But so that was just a little push for me to be like, oh yeah. So I did it. And when I got to my first training, because we don't do basic. So my training at Fort Lewis, Washington, I cried every single day. I hated it. I wanted to quit. And my husband now, but boyfriend at the time was like, nope, you got to keep doing it. I was like, but I freaking hate it. I want to come home. So the more I got through, the more I was like, okay, I could do it. And I just kept doing it. I kept following him around. I just kept doing the jobs. I got command. Chemical officers don't get command. So I interviewed for command. I got it and I loved every single minute of it. And so I just did it, but I did it. And I just sometimes I look back and go, how the heck did I survive 17 years in the Army with the way that I am? I'm such a goofball. I smile too much. I joke around. I act like a child. Like, how did I make it through? But I did. So that was that just proved to me that that you could do it. So I could do hard things. I did that shit. Now, now I'm going to just keep doing more. And like you and I were talking about, why do I do a million things? Because I can. I'm 48. I'm going to do whatever I want. It might not make sense to other people, but I'm helping people doing what I do. And that, to me, that's what matters.
Well, and it's exciting too. It's exciting. Yeah. You get to build relationships like this, and it's like, gosh dang. Like, I miss during the week. There's moments where I miss talking to Jonathan. I miss talking to Andrea. I miss talking to Eric Mello out in California because, we get busy and the mission is forward. We got Kim Gwinner here who, she's got an amazing pen. You need to have a poet's moment and you need to bring her onto your magazine with a poet's moment. She's
all right. Okay. So I'm going to I can't put my email in the chat. I'll private message you so you can email me. But okay, so she's asking me what made me cry and hate it. I guess I didn't know how to get along with my team. I lived in the, not the barracks, but it was my first time sharing a whole barracks and bunk beds with all these girls. Some of them had attitude. Some of them just didn't talk to me or whatever. And I just didn't know how to experience that. I didn't know what I was doing. I was still like, why am I here? Whatever. So I don't know. I couldn't hang it. But I finished it, but it just was very different for me. And I don't know. I didn't think I could make it. I really didn't. I did not think I was going to survive. So that's why.
it's a great answer. And again, I don't know that people. First of all, I applaud you to begin with in the fact that not everyone wakes up in the morning and say, "I don't have a plan. I think I'm going to go to ROTC." That's a great idea. I don't think anyone does that.
Well, let me back up. So I went to an all-girl Catholic high school, 7th through 12th grade. Where in that environment, a lot of the girls were thinking about Ivy League. You're like, what college you're going to go after? I barely graduated high school. Okay, I'm just not school material. I had a friend who enlisted, and I thought she was badass, and I was like, oh my god, she's enlisting. Like nobody's doing this out of our school. So I had a recruiter come to the house. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Then I chickened out. And I regretted it. I felt like I just wasn't mature enough. So in my mind, I said, the next school I go to, I'm doing ROTC. I have to at least try it. And so that's how it formed. So I did. I chickened out. I was not at 17. I wasn't ready. At 21, okay, it was time. It's time for me to go do something. And that's what I did.
Crazy fun.
Makes sense.
What is the funniest thing you ever saw in your service? Like, you can't make this up.
Just me during training.
That's supposed to be about you.
It was embarrassing. I still I cringe when I think about it. That's for me right now. The first thing I thought about was we had to do the rope, and it was high, all the way high, and there was a net at the bottom to catch us. I think I made it 1, 2, 3, and I dropped. That was it. I was done. Couldn't do it. Oh gosh, what else? All I think about is how I have to laugh at myself now because I was ridiculous. I really don't know how I made it. What else? The funniest thing.
Jonathan, do you have a funny thing in your world?
I don't know.
Yes.
Are you going to share it? Is it appropriate?
He's like, no.
It's not completely inappropriate, but we were somewhere across the border, and there was a firefight, and one of the guys decided that he absolutely had to go to the bathroom right then and there, and there was no waiting any longer. So in the middle of a firefight, there's 5 people, backs in, weapons out, and he's handling his business.
I don't know if that's funny, John.
Oh my god!
It's another one of them situations, man, where like looking back, it's I every time I think about it, I just laugh, and I'm like, we really did that.
I can only imagine. There was always, right in the back of a 10-ton, because we were gun. We did the 1-9-8s, and I can't tell you how many times we'd be out in the field somewhere, and someone's going to poop themselves in the back of that truck because there is no schedule. There's no schedule to go into the bathroom. Yeah. So, I mean, they're like, guys, I'm going to lose it. And it never actually officially ever happened that I know of. I don't think anyone would ever admit to it, but
oh my God.
I know that we had been in the situation where there's no scheduled poopies. You do.
I'm sorry.
That was very gentle.
I need to be. It's funny. It was funny, and
he needs to be careful.
I can't tell you the players because it would incriminate some people. But there might have been a guy standing there with some bird wings on his collar, maybe, and he's standing there, and maybe some people are leaving the field, and one of the soldiers may or may not have put a bear mask on as his camouflage for the day.
Oh.
And so he's walking around. He's walking around in the field with his bear mask on. It's a brilliant camouflage thing. And again, we were kind of, but man with bear mask may be like handing out hugs because he's leaving the field early. And he walks up to the colonel, and the colonel was not pleased with the idea of getting a hug. And so he reached for something on his hip, and which made it funnier because he would have never done that. But it was hilarious. People
hates hugs from bears. Really hates hugs from bears.
In the field, right? And it was hilarious. I'm downplaying it a little bit, but there were some people that were definitely laughing.
I think bears are funny to people like from Wyoming or Montana.
I cannot confirm or deny
Yeah,
any of that activity. I was just a person standing by watching, and this
all
is
played out. Just
like the story.
Yeah.
I was the guy who would make things an experience because no one necessarily loves standing out in the rain 5 days straight. No one does that. No one likes it. It's not fun. There's terminology out there like they call it army cold, but I mean, let's face it, it's called military cold, where you don't realize what your limits are. And it's like, I think I'm going to die in the next 15 minutes if I don't find some kind of warmth at this moment. You never die, but it's not fun. I was the guy that always tried to create some kind of comedic relief in the space because I've always been 6'3" plus, and just when the job needs to get done, it's serious. But some of the stuff laying around and waiting for stuff to happen wasn't the fun stuff. So it was time to create fun. I can't tell you how many people slept on a wooden cot. Tell me that.
Wooden cot.
A wooden cot. Yeah. We had wooden cots. That's when I was in. Yeah. And aluminum cots. We made it a task. I would break cots. That's what we would do. That was one of the fun things.
That was your task.
Yeah.
Because the floor is softer.
No, you get more cots. There's cots.
I wouldn't give you more cots. You made your damn bed. You sleep in that.
That's a field loss. That's a field loss right there. Stuff happens. You know?
Oh, boy.
Jonathan, you got a next one, or are we just going to go with it? Or
yeah, let's do that one. Let's do Cody Strauss. Make me nothing. Just for reference, in case anybody, the people that requested this song are here now. Awesome. Cody does go live as on TikTok, I want to say on Friday and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be 10 Central. And him and some buddies are just strumming and playing and hanging out. I actually stumbled on him this weekend and got to listen to him for a little while. So if you're a big Cody Strauss fan like I am, you can find him on TikTok Friday, Saturday nights.
Awesome.
Here's Cody Strauss. Make me.
Let me down, cut me off, lower me into this coffin. Let me cry, let me die. Oh, I don't ask this often, but I am not strong. Can't move on, even though I have faith. Lord, please take everything that I have made can't look back on what I had instead. Make me the wind so I can fly away. Lord, make me nothing today. My back, it breaks from the weight of all these burdens. My hands are numb from the cold and the deep dark dungeons in my mind. I'm in them all the time. I'm in them all the time. So make me nothing, make me air, so I can look back on what I had and stare. Make me the wind so I can fly away. Lord, make me nothing today.
That is Cody Strauss, Make Me Nothing. There, every once in a while, we just stumble on that moment where you know you've made it. And when we were down in Nashville for the WeP3 Nashville takeover last year, my moment was when Cody Howell was on stage. I've been doing some behind the scenes communication here, and I think John let the cat out of the bag of where he's going. My sister, thank you for being here, Jeannie. I'll let that cat out of the bag. She's the one that said that song hit me in that space. Sometimes you got to get broken down to be able to find out where you can grow. Let's grow. It's why we don't call it post-traumatic stress in our space. We call it post-traumatic growth, because we're done dealing with let's grow. Let's be something. Let's grow bigger. Let's grab our peers. Perfect timing. That's it. That's all of us have one of these on you right here. Every week we do a call to action. And that call to action is reach out to 6 people in your contact list. I don't care if they are veterans, first responders, enlisted members. I don't care if it's mom or dad. I don't care who they are. Reach out to 6 people and say, I'm thinking about you. Just thinking about you. That's all I'm doing. Sorry, not sorry. We are building relationships. That is why we do this. This is why we do this, it is because it is going to make a difference. And we're going to take those broken moments and making something for a moment where we're less into something bigger and better. You know, a little pressure creates a little pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but creates that amazing diamond. And we got a lot of diamonds in the rough. Cody Strauss is a diamond in the rough. And I was having that moment during that song saying, I know we have made it to where we're not done. We're not done. We haven't met a destination. Our destination is not, there's not a finish line in this. Our destination is the mission. And I know I see Annette shaking her head. We know why we get to do this. We know why we're doing this. We know why we'll continue to do this. And we want to do it with you. We want to do it with all of you. We want you to be with us tomorrow. We want you to grow with us today. And we don't know everything. I raise my hand. I don't know everything. If there's a way that you feel that we can be more impactful in our mission, I ask you to come aboard. I ask you to come on. I ask you to be part of it. We got people in our network on this show tonight that are here regularly every weekend and doing that, and we appreciate you. And we will have those proactive conversations with you daily, weekly, and you are a part of our lives. That's why this is awesome. That's why I can sit and listen to Mr. Strauss and know that this young man of 22 years of age is moving and making things happen, and he's part of the answer. He's part of our solution. And everyone on this panel is part of that solution as well. Annette, what do you want to get done next? What's the big thing?
Oh, goodness. I want to go back and focus on my music. I did the 2 songs, then I stopped to focus on something else. But I want to go back to that. That was really fun.
We want you to do that too. We want to be part of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
You say you got some music out there, right?
I do. I have two singles, 2 songs. Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure we get the links to those. I mean, are you ready to have them out there for the world to hear?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. My daughter sang it and wrote it, and I co-produced it with one of my instructors. Yeah,
We're going blind here. I mean, you got anyone down, and I have a hard time believing you put out a product that's not. We'd like to get that out there for people to hear and hear the message and the stories behind those songs, and hopefully you can create some stuff and space in your world. We got a lot of thank you, Derek Iozio. He's down in Texas, down in El Paso. I didn't get a chance to shout out Miss Deutschland. She's down in Florida. Can't be 100% confident, but that's where she was last time we were talking to her. We're with you. We're with you. This is why we love what we do, man. So,
yeah.
Do we want to do our final thoughts and then go to the song, or do we want to do a song and then go to final thoughts?
I like the song to close the show out.
You like the song? You got it planned out, ready to roll? All right.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Jonathan is our guy that we lean heavily on to give us his final thoughts for the show. And then everyone I'll call you out after and say, what are your final thoughts?
I apologize. I don't have anything spectacular at the moment.
What?
No, man. Honestly, after listening to the music tonight, that's really all I can think about, man. I have been on a music all week long. I've been in music. It's been it's been that I don't know. I can't think of anything spectacular or crazy or emotional or reckless that I'm going through in life. It's just I'm in a spot right now where music is it's comforting to me.
I love that. I love that so much.
I've spent the week just leaning on it, singing it loudly in my head, all of it. So find you somewhere to listen to music, WeP3 Radio, wherever you want to find it. Really, whatever kind of music touches your soul, and just let music do what music does. It's healing.
I'm interrupting a little bit. I'm feeling this, right? Cody's last song caught everyone a little bit in a special spot this time, right?
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna lie, like I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to go back and bring it up, dude, but I have been he's got 3 singles out, and I got all 3 of them on my phone. I got all 3 of them on my computer, and I've been jamming to Cody all week long.
I love it.
All week long. Special kid, man. He's a special kid.
Miss Whittenberger, what's your final thoughts for today?
I love this comment that I saw from Nicole Deutschland. How she said it's more important to talk to someone than just generally referring them to a hotline or doing the 22 push-ups a day. I really love that, because I won't talk bad about people who do that, because there's so many different ways to connect with someone. But I know with me, I've had people reach out to me anonymously through Instagram or through my website or whatever, just because they want someone to listen without being judged. And I think that's so important. And so I always give out my Google number for people that I've had people text me too, just to have someone that understands what they're going through. So I always like to tell people, you're always welcome to reach out if there's anything. If there is something I cannot help you with, yes, we will discuss further discussions with somebody who can, but I will always do my best to talk to you about, whatever I can. So, hi, Adam.
Yeah, and we'll talk more post show. We do a post show piece in that where we work on the collaboration and making sure that we make sure that resources are available to all the panel, and making sure that the networks are strong. It's like Star Wars a little bit. The force is strong with us, and it's going to grow. It's going to grow. Let's grow.
Yeah,
Miss Eichmann.
No, thanks for bringing that up, the listening piece, and same here. Everybody will figure out their way to show support, right? And if that's to do anything 22 times, is hopefully they're doing a good thing for them and everybody else, right? And I just had that conversation. I had a call from someone with a concern earlier today, and as we were working out the plan, she's already done a first big step. She's listening. She caught something that sounded like there could be an issue. She was concerned. She talked to me about it. And without knowing how much she had listened, I said, I'm not a qualified counselor of any sort, right? But I listen in that way. If that's what counts, I should be making millions, because I bartended for like 20 some years. So
you heard it all.
Right. And so, but that's sometimes the biggest piece, because it in that way, the person you're listening to is connected and feels heard and feels cared about, and senses that there's someone there for them. And honestly, if you're speaking, if you're writing, if you put stuff down in a notebook, you're moving further ahead than you have any idea. Just putting it on the table. It will help you realize that there is something that's not going the way it's supposed to. And there's no way to get to the next step without realizing it and facing it. And so Thank you to all the listeners out in the world, and those of you that are doing some things, in your own way and in your own time. How do you think I learned about the 22 a day? I'm probably signed up for 22 push-ups a day, right? I was brand new years ago, didn't know what it was, but that sounded pretty cool, right? Same for ALS, dump a bucket of ice water over your head. Sounded pretty cool for a minute. And then you realize what it stands for. And that's, I think, where people catch on. So it's a good intro. It's a good way to get into the things. It's a good way to show your support. And then hopefully everybody realizes that there are the next steps that they can take to help out. So thank you all for listening. I want to thank everyone who checked in tonight as well. Annette, thank you for joining us. Sorry, Peterson didn't realize that we had a conversation like 2 or 3 years ago. It was a long time ago. I was flipping through my notes. I'm like, I know we talked to her. I've got her in my list. And so thank you. Everything comes back around and it's time, I believe. Kimmer, you're awesome. Hey, Kimmer, I emailed Annette's her email address to you. So you've got that in your email. You probably know it's already on top of it, things like that. Dylan, thanks for popping in. Adam, I don't know if you're still there, but thank you, dude. We're going to be out there more. Jonathan we got big things coming up. So just watch all of our social media, which, by the way, we're getting organized as well. That stuff is stupid, but we're getting there. And all the support is awesome, you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. We can't do it without everybody here in the world with us. So thanks much. And with all that, I just want to wish you all the best almost first days of February.
So every once in a while we miss some pieces, and it's all right. Guest next week.
Oh, I didn't miss that. You want me to share that quick? So did I update that? Because I have Dab Zerbis from Minnesota team, RWB. RWB. Well, it's right, red, white, and blue, right? RWB?
Yep, team red, white, and blue.
Acting like an 7th grader right there. RWB, does that mean? Having withdrawals.
There's something happening coming up, isn't there?
What?
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. You don't remember? Maybe
man,
23rd.
I'm neck deep in everything, and it's
dude's losing his hair. It's just
I feel like this is what it does to you. No, it's busy. We got a lot of things going on. We got a lot of stuff to get together, but there is an event coming up March 23rd with a local college here in Thibodaux, Louisiana, Nichols State University. We're gonna have we're partnering with Nichols Student Veterans Outreach here, and we're going to be on the campus just raising awareness, but really just getting the name out there so people will know who the People's Patriot Project is here in South Louisiana, and kind of showcasing portions of what we do and talking about the parts we can't showcase. And looking forward to it. We've met a lot of great people already, and there's a lot more meetings and things like that scheduled in the near future. So between now and March, we're gonna spread as much word as we can spread and see if we can hopefully raise some funds that'll go back to helping veterans, first responders.
Awesome.
Outstanding. Hey, we know why we get to do this. It's because of the men and women who've laid it down on the line for us, both as veterans, service members, and first responders. Thank you to all the men and women, and thank you for those family members that are the glue that held these men and women together. Maybe didn't always do it right. Maybe didn't always know how to do it right. But we would not be here without you. And I thank you. And we know that we put you through some stuff at some moments. And that's not every family. That's not every life. But there's some of that stuff that goes on. We appreciate all of you that have been here tonight. It was an amazing, more impactful. I mean, you kind of ramp up for a show and you're like, and it had nothing to do with Annette. It was just like, are we doing it right? Are we doing it right? We dealt with some calls this week saying, how to make things better. Are we doing it right? Yes. We're doing it right. We got it. I'm not worried about it. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you, supporters. Jonathan, what do you got, brother?
All right. So I kind of almost expected you to take the lead on this one because this is Mark's jam. All right. That was a good 3 or 4 months where every time we had a meeting, this song I think might have been on loop in the background. It's Mark's got a story if he wants to share it, but I'll just say it's Mr. Cody Howell, saddle up, and I got it ready to play if you don't have nothing to say, Mark.
Let it roll, bro.
Thank you, Cody.
Wasn't God who made sail honky-tonk dream. Liquor and love's the life that did it for me. On an old bar stool with an unpaid bill, I'm a lonesome dove with a stub iron wheel. So you can tell me to saddle up, you can tell me to ride. You can tell me to take the reins and leave this town behind. You can tell me anything you want, so cowboy on mine. But you can't tell me tonight. Wasn't me who left a gentle heart out in the rain, helpless and hurt along crossing the plains. For a buffalo cow with a nightlife thrill, a drunk desire that can't be killed. 'Cause you can tell me to saddle up, you can tell me to ride. You can tell me to take the reins and leave this town behind. You can tell me anything you want, this old cowboy won't mind. But you can't tell me tonight. Saddle up, you can tell me to ride. You can tell me to take the reins and leave this town behind. You can tell me anything you want, this old cowboy won't mind. But you can't tell me tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. You can tell me saddle up, you can tell me to ride.